Welcome to Home Buying Made Easy, the podcast where we pull back the curtain on mortgages, real estate, and everything the big banks hope you never figure out. I'm Rachel, co-host and producer of the show. Let's get to it.
All right, welcome to Home Buying Made Easy. We have another episode today that we are talking about Mythbuster Monday, and I don't think that I have a co-host today.
No. Nope, you don't.
Okay, so on my own.
Just a voice in the sky.
That's weird. Yeah, this is weird. I do have Rachel with me today, and she, as always, has way more questions than I ever want to answer, but we are going to be talking about the myths of
myth busting,
debunking, discombobulating, deranging,
dearranging. Okay, so today's myth that we are busting is that rural properties are harder to finance. And I kind of want to ask, what makes people think that they're harder to finance? And is there any truth to it? Is there not any truth?
I think that's really, it's kind of a loaded question. It's kind of both, because there are situations that could be a little bit more difficult, but then I would say a vast majority of them are normal. Mm-hmm. When you get into more rural properties, people usually start thinking they're harder because, maybe it's a big, huge, gigantic farm. Mm-hmm. Well, a farm is going to be a little bit set up a little bit different. And if it's a working farm, like active farm with animals, and maybe they have crops and stuff like that, that's definitely a different kind of loan. Yeah. So that could present a more difficult scenario, but the vast majority, no.
Okay. Are there specific loan programs that are designed for rural properties?
Yes, there's actually a couple of different things. One of them I just mentioned. If you're in a active farm situation, there's specific lenders just for that. Mm. And then the other side of that would be the USDA loan. There's a rural development loan, RD is what it's called. An RD loan that is specific to certain areas in the United States that have been deemed rural development, like in a rural area. If they are in that rural development area, they are eligible for this type of loan, which is a 100% no down payment loan. Mm-hmm. That can be possible in many cases. So yes, there's specific loan types just for that. Not everybody qualifies. Yeah. There's income limits. There's a lot that goes into it, but there's definitely loan programs available.
Yeah. What different challenges do the rural properties present, either during appraisal, underwriting, during any time during the process?
I would say probably the biggest thing would be the appraisal, because when you get into rural properties, there's not as many comparable properties. If there's not enough properties that are similar to that property, then run the risk of getting outside of a normal appraisal area, and that makes it a little more difficult. Underwriting is not any different. It's, I guess if you have an FHA loan, I'm trying to think, like if you're doing an FHA loan and you're at a rural property and some of the outbuildings are in bad shape, that could present a problem, Mm-hmm. Other than that, there's not really any challenges that I would say that we couldn't overcome,
Yeah.
There's definitely things that we have to help navigate buyers through, but for the most part, it's pretty easy.
Pretty straightforward. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you want a USDA loan or a rural property loan, if you're buying property, buying a farm, reach out to us.
Yep, that's true. If you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, We'll be glad to answer any questions, navigate with you through the home buying process. That's what Home Buying Made Easy podcast is all about. We'll see you next time.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Home Buying Made Easy. If something we covered today helped you see things differently, share this episode with one person who needs to hear it. You might just change their financial future. If you're ready to take your next step, our team is standing by. Call or text us directly at 615-499-6335. You can also reach us at michael@dendyteam.com or use the link in the show notes below. New episodes drop every Monday and Friday. Hit subscribe so you're always first in line. And if this show has brought you value, a 5-star review takes 30 seconds or less and helps more people find us. From our team to you, let's make home buying easy.